Right now, something exists in the universe that should not exist. Not because we haven't seen similar objects before, but because this one breaks the limits of what we thought was possible. If it was any closer to us, it would completely reshape everything around it. Not metaphorically, physically. And the most disturbing part is this. We almost missed it entirely. We didn't discover it through images. We didn't see it directly. We discovered it through light, a single beam of energy that had been traveling across the universe for billions of years, just to reach a small point in space where Earth happens to exist. That source is called TON 618. In the universe, black holes are not rare. They are everywhere. Some are small, formed when massive stars collapse at the end of their life. Others are far larger, sitting quietly at the centers of galaxies, controlling the motion of billions of stars without ever being seen directly. For a long time, we believed we had a clear understanding of how they form and grow, slowly, predictably, over millions or billions of years. But TON 618 doesn't follow that pattern. TON 618 is not just a black hole. It is a quasar, one of the most powerful types of objects in the universe. A quasar is not defined by darkness, but by light. Extreme, blinding energy produced by matter being torn apart before it disappears forever. And TON 618 produces more energy than entire galaxies combined. Let that sink in for a moment. One object, outshining billions of stars grouped together. Its estimated mass is around 66 billion times the mass of our Sun. That number is so large that it stops being intuitive. We can say it, but we cannot truly imagine it. Even our own solar system becomes irrelevant at that scale. Planets, distances, orbits, all of it shrinks into nothing compared to this single gravitational point. Normally, black holes grow slowly. They consume gas, they pull in dust. Sometimes they absorb a star that gets too close. It is a gradual process that takes enormous amounts of time, but TON 618 appears to have bypassed that rule entirely. It became massive too quickly for our current models to explain. And this is where science becomes uncomfortable, because when something grows faster than physics allows, it forces us to question the physics itself. We did not see TON 618 directly at first. We saw its light, a quasar so bright that it outshines entire galaxies. That light had been traveling through expanding space for billions of years before finally reaching Earth. So what we are observing is not what TON 618 is today, but what it was in the distant past, a snapshot of the early universe. At its core, TON 618 is consuming matter at an extreme rate. Everything that falls toward it is accelerated, heated, and torn apart by gravitational forces so intense that atoms themselves begin to lose structure. Before matter disappears, it forms a spinning disk, an accretion disk, glowing with unimaginable energy. That is what makes quasars visible across the universe. Not light escaping, but light created in destruction. And the closer you get to TON 618, the more reality begins to fail in familiar ways. Space is not flat here, it bends. Light does not travel in straight lines, it curves. Time does not move at the same rate, it slows down. And the closer something gets to the event horizon, the more extreme these effects become. To an outside observer, anything falling in would appear to slow down forever, never fully crossing the boundary. But the real mystery of TON 618 is not what it does. It is how it became what it is. To reach this size, it would need more time than the universe has existed in its current form, at least according to standard models. And yet, here it is. Real, observed, measurable. Scientists still try to explain it. One theory suggests it may have formed through direct collapse, not from a star, but from massive clouds of primordial gas in the early universe. Another suggests repeated mergers, smaller black holes colliding again and again, building something larger over time. But neither explanation fully fits the data. Something is still missing, a piece of the puzzle we have not found yet. And this is what makes TON 618 important. Not because it is dangerous to us, it is far too distant for that, but because it represents a limit of our understanding, Every time we study it, we are forced to confront the possibility that our models of the universe are incomplete. Every answer we find leads to more questions. Every explanation breaks at a certain scale, and yet TON 618 continues to exist, unaffected by our uncertainty, silently growing in the darkness of space, far beyond anything we can observe in real time. We are only observers, looking into a universe that does not reveal its rules easily, a universe that existed long before us, and will continue long after we are gone. TON 618 is still out there, still growing, still consuming, still shaping its part of the cosmos in silence. And maybe, one day, it will help us understand something far bigger than itself. Or maybe it will simply remain what it is now, a question we are not yet ready to answer. TON 618 is still there.